That's right. Thank you, Shiva and the boys. Panel, beautiful stuff. Another great draft here from Gambit, looking exceptionally strong. Pikecat, do you think Alliance with that last big storm has enough to actually fight up against what Gambit are bringing in this game?
I really like the storm. I don't know Limp to be for much of a storm. I haven't seen him play a lot. I feel like it hasn't really been his. It's really, really good. With that said, at the same time, it's also an incredible Zeus. Bar the storm, like the dream. That's also like my mind also instant. Mars, instant. Looks like a really great against the troll. There's, you know, except for that storm, there's not much that can get on top of the zero.
Yeah,
it's really nice. A bit scary for Alliance. If Storm gets off to a good start, I think then Alliance, then you can roll with it.
Yeah.
You gotta have a pretty good game.
Yeah, create that space for Nico Baby's troll. Again, he's in that position where he is the majority of that physical damage and actual late game scaling. It was nice in the draft though, seeing the snap pick of Zeus after the Mars, you know, picking up the Roman god into the Greek god. Nice bit of head-to-head between them. Gambit going to start with 3 heroes up top. Tiny, Ancient Apparition, and the Magnus.
For those of us who know a little bit about the Greek mythology, it's like versus Mars, we all know who's the real big guy in that matchup.
Hell yeah. I mean, was it Jupiter in Roman lore, right?
All-knowing one guides.
And there was Ares. Mars is Ares in Greek mythology, yeah. Because the Romans stole it. The Romans stole the Greek gods.
Just God.
He is. Going around and creating everything, making lots of babies.
Hanskin going for the disruption level.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, ksani thought it was interesting too.
Very strange. Very strange.
I guess you're going to have the... it is, right? Because usually you want to go God's Rebuke. Yeah, S4 goes God's Rebuke level 1. You want to be able to secure those range creeps and CS early on. I was thinking maybe, you know, Disruption into Spear level 1, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I also was expecting him to go for the Spear since he went... But now, got the God's Rebuke. Trying to get denied here.
Yeah, so an interesting start down there. Well, up top, FNG trying to deal with excess Vampire. Tiny dragging the wave as, you know, we've seen him do plenty of times over the past 6 months. Try and get level 2 on your Tiny as quickly as possible. And this leaves Nico Baby in a 1 versus 1. Troll up against Magnus. And already dropping pretty low on HP. Malik, he can try and keep chasing. If he cracks level 2 off of, you know, what, a couple of creeps here, maybe you can look for a kill on Nico Baby, but it's a difficult one with Purification backing him up. And Malik might have actually gone a step too far. Still tries to go for it, skewers and hits, and he does get the first blood. Beautiful.
This is such a great start.
Oh, the tilt tips.
Quadruple tip. I mean, Gambit are on something
5.
now. They've got it going. They get the pull, so Tiny gets to deny pretty much the entire wave. Tiny's up. He's got both the spells. He could rotate into mid here. If you find an early kill on Limp, this could make this matchup a little bit more dicey for the Storm. I want to get the Zeus faster.
Oh yeah, Limp's dead. That's a level 2 Tiny, and there's Zeus. Now level 3.5. You called it exactly. And
yeah, off that last game, you know, they've got some momentum. They're feeling good.
5-man tips 2 times in a row. First 2 kills. They're sticking it to Alliance early on. But yeah, we've seen that Tiny move quite a lot. Radiant side towards Dire mid. Usually it's... you want to get a ward as well along with it. But just getting a kill on Storm feels so good.
Yeah, you gotta be worried about those. Like, you gotta be cautious with the tips. Because it's like you use all these tips for earlier. You don't have any left for later on, you know. Like, maybe you tilt them just... It's if the game starts snowballing the other way, these tips, they can easily backfire on you.
Use them for some more defining moments later.
It's a meta tipping game.
The meta tipping, yeah, chat wheel meta, tipping meta, bubble into the spear coming from S4. They do catch this Ancient Apparition, but they don't kill him. Not enough damage there, even with a little bit of poison from Hanskin's Shadow Demon. Feels like the job there for the AA is to do exactly that. You know, you've left Sven full HP, full mana, still farming freely under his tier 1. Alliance struggling across all 3 lanes.
Well, to be fair, despite Magnus getting that kill, if you look at the CS here, 7 CS for not off to the start. He did go for this double shockwave builds. Don't have that extra damage boost power.
That is true. And then Vampire is going to be playing off the lane for the most part, contesting pulls and sniping couriers. Oh, is he going to get there in time? He's been slowed down by the Vul Assassin and this degen aura from the Omni Knight, taking 2 tower hits. FNG's going to get it.
He just skilled that to slow the Tiny down. If he did, then that's the next level.
Or just a casual point in degen aura to stop the courier dying.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. If he actually skilled it up just to stop the courier, then it was... That's some play.
Clever. FNG, the big brain. Just get skewered out into that tiny combo. A bit of vengeance for Vampire. And they are sticking Tiny and Magnus up top still. Well, I've been watching Hansken kind of rotate in toward mid lane, safeguarding the double damage rune here for Storm as Limp gets his courier, bottle delivered with the courier.
This could get very scary. Level 6 on the Storm if you have the DD. Pretty much just... Even earlier, I mean, if you step out of position for just a while, you get a couple times, but...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's why he's very safely perched on his staircase. And a TP coming in to refill his bottle. Tiny's there. Get those charges back. Vampire, though, showing on lane. Oh, wow, yeah. Is that the kind of timing where you think, I can skip on my Tranquils, don't get a win lace, I can go straight blink?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
maybe considering it.
Go for the blink. I mean, if the game slows down, if you don't get a bunch of... If nothing really happens, it slows down, maybe. Tranquils, but...
Well, S4 maybe trading his life here for the Ancient Apparition. Hansken gets another stack of poison up on him, but body blocks coming through from the Sven. And now a Stormhammer landing means he'll get a double down bottom. Alliance throwing bodies into the meat grinder as they do get the Thunder God's Wrath onto Limp in the mid lane, and Vampire once more with that rotation in. Pre-level 6 Storm, he is a creep away from it. Maybe 2 creeps, but very close to 6.
Yeah, good thing.
6-1 kill lead. Nico Baby still chomping away at creeps top lane though. Now, we were kind of wondering what kind of item build he goes for. Against a Sven, I feel like I often see the Battle Fury Troll just to try and keep up. Do you feel like that's the direction he goes?
I feel like that's the direction he's kind of expecting Nico Baby to go for.
Oh dear.
I feel like that's how Alliance played. I think he could go for something a bit faster here. You have a Storm Spirit secondary carry, although Limp is not off to a great start. As a Storm become sort of... Storm could pretty much become like the boss carry in this game. The guy will get it. So I would prefer it if Nico Baby earlier of a timing so he can be active, help out the Storm, get an early roll. Play as that sort of 1.5.
Yeah, for now he's got Morbid Mask Yasha queued up, so it could be the Yasha Basher, it could be Yasha BKB. As Storm does play on top of Zeus. Low mana for Limp, but he zips away. Tiny's positioning there just a little too far off to really converge onto that kill properly. I'm just a little worried about the amount of magic damage Gambit does have, that both the Storm and the Troll will need BKBs at a reasonable timing, and that can kind of mess up your item progression. You can often, you know, drop an item here or there thinking, I can't go Basher, I can't go straight into Bloodstone, or maybe I have to think about, you know, skipping Orchid for now, and that Storm Spirit especially.
And the cool part is, I would say,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Contested.
Oh, RP top? That was a toss into RP. Not enough damage to kill off Nico Baby, and he's got Battle Trance ready. Up at level 6 already, and zip in from Storm, finds Malik in the trees. Should be able to finish him off with another little ball lightning there. And maybe... Does he have enough mana? Oh, he does, barely. Get on top of Excess Vampire. Well placed by Limp.
Yeah, nice rotation. Getting both of them. They also got the kill bottom on the AA. All over the place.
And finally, a little bit of a breathing room here for S4. 47 CS. What's his net worth looking like? Not too bad. 3.3k. Ahead of the Storm, in fact. So he's got his Soul Ring moving into phase boots. And gets a bit of pressure onto that tier 1 bottom. As Sven has ditched the lane, he knows he can accelerate much faster in the jungle. Closing in on that 4,000 mark with his Mask of Madness ready.
Yeah, but
nobody that can go find him.
Until the Sven has a lot of, you know, that BKB pretty much unstuck quite a while.
Oh, Hanskin. I think he's come in here to try and ward and maybe block a camp.
Go baby up top though.
Oh, in trouble. Avalanche, yeah, skewer back, or shockwave back into the skewer, sorry. And Lorinov yet again. His movement up top secures another kill on this Troll Warlord. This is a roaming Zeus at this point, Pycat. He's moving top lane to mid lane, finding kills everywhere he looks.
Radiant's bottom
he's
tower
up to
is under attack.
8 stars. Travel. This could potentially
Radiant
faster
are
axe.
scanning.
The travel are gonna help you play the map a lot, and you're gonna be pretty everywhere.
Yeah, I like seeing these Zeus item builds. We've seen a lot of like Yule Scepters, Blink Daggers have been a big one as well. After the Boots of Travel, gives you so much more maneuverability on a global scale as well as kind of micro maneuverability. And if you see the Storm zipping towards you, maybe you can Yule's him or try and blink away.
Yeah, I mean the Yules has some kind of lessened value against the can't.
Oh, true.
Purge, but it still could be a nice item to have, you know, it might not always be around.
I'm going to do zip it onto him. Lorinov down to half HP, but he's got a substantial amount of magic damage, and in comes Malik. RP straight onto Nico, baby. That's a troll who's rotated mid. Shadow Demon, okay, you've got a double damage rune, but you've been tossed into the tier 1. And Gambit reacting really well to defend the Zeus, kept him alive, and they get a massive kill on Nico, baby's troll. He's 1-4-1.
Just ported mid too. Quite concerning.
Truly a blessed life.
Look at the net worth, the 1,000 gold behind Sven, and that is only difference in net worth. Falling a bit, dying too many times for this. Okay, you know, twice. Oh, that happens, but accelerate this farm a bit.
Yeah, it's not just a Sven with cleave, it's Empower level 3 now from Malik as well. Catapult wave comes in, Sven moves up top to try and take down his tier 1. But it's already a play that has been made by S4 bottom. So Alliance can keep the troll mid lane, keep him farming, maybe poke and prod a little bit in this top spot. But I don't know if Limp really wants to be around here. Gambit have 5 heroes all ready to fight.
I really don't know want to be here. Maybe now they leave farm here, but want to be farming on this storm. Now, if like an easy kill, you can walk out of your way a bit, but Storm really wants to. That's kind of the awkward part for Alliance right now. Their playmaking is quite limited.
To catch the Sven, Arena after disruption, spear him up against the Colosseum, and Ksani, he is going to get picked off. At long last, Alliance get themselves out and find a big target to kill. And I was just about to ask, you know, the panel mentioned the difficulties you have with Shadow Demon and Omni as your 2 supports. How much of this game, you know, is on the shoulders of S4 to make the moves?
Quite a bit of it is gonna. That's also queuing up the blink.
Top tower is under attack.
Probably going for that blink would make a lot of sense. Could go into pipe, but I think you're gonna need it at some point, so might just go. Yeah, I mean that's at least gonna allow you to make some moves here. Gonna have your Mars and your Storm.
Structures are fortified.
Gonna open up your map to
try and be a little bit more active. It looks like Limp is going to go into the Bloodstone. Tanks him up a decent amount, and then he can consider where he heads next. If it is back into Orchid, or maybe shift into the BKB. Troll Warlord finds its home in the Dire Triangle. Man, he's really suffering. Still no Yasha yet. 13 minutes in. But he's got a lot of room to play around with, thanks to S4 taking that bottom tier 1. And a very good deep Dire Observer ward off to the kind of between the tier 2's bottom and mid lane.
Yeah, even though seemingly Gambit had this really large Alliance are actually the. Okay, there's gonna now be a blink on Vampire, which is a lot of these heroes. They very vulnerable. Tiny AA Zeus combo.
Oh,
Pretty much nowhere is safe.
no one and nowhere is safe. And they've got a pretty good idea where the troll is hiding. He's farming the Arteezy camp. The one camp too many. Nice blast into Avalanche toss. Man, that was quick. Where did the troll go? Alliance are trying to make a move in towards mid, but I believe Gambit know it's coming. They've spam pinged it out, feeling that S4 was lurking around somewhere, and they've got a Radiant Observer that actually saw FNG. Malik trying to move forward here with the help of Vampire, tossing him back in. S4 skewered and RP. Nice play, catching the Mars. And FNG, what's he going to do? TP? Nah, cancelled by the Sven. Say goodnight, Mr. Omni Knight.
Yeah, they got the Zeus up.
Is under attack.
Oh, should have noticed.
True. Oh, Limp, careful. Finds an Invis rune. Back to farming he goes. Now we're going to have a point reasonably soon here. Like looking at Malik's build, not going for that Blink Dagger, but the much more comfortable Greaves, or at least Arcane into mech. So he's going to be a tanky beast that's going to be able to sustain up this Sven and Zeus.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of nice because what you're doing is you're just removing targets from Alliance's lineup. If you go for these Greaves, it's going to be pretty hard for Troll to kill him. Kind of anyone for that matter. Sure, the AA might always be a target. Maybe you get a Ghost Scepter or something on AA. Just, if there are no easy targets for Alliance, they're fighting with them.
S4? He does find the AA. That Shadow Demon we saw get blown up completely in the mid lane. Just the Tiny and the Zeus pairing up, and that's S4 spending an arena to take down the Ancient Apparition. Nico Baby in a very forward position though. Still farming incredibly aggressively. The rest of his team are sweeping through. Yeah, they're going to try and de-ward the area. They don't know about that very, very sneaky observer ward though. It spots them all perfectly. Gambit thinking about the jump. There's the blink, toss back in. Do they get the skewer back? They do. It is almost perfect, but the zip away now. There's the wrath from Zeus. Ice Blast clips Nico Baby. Trying to focus him down, chase him forward. Tiny has a toss and he's ready to go. There's the cold feet and they've got the Heavenly Grace, but it's nowhere near enough. They don't have the saves. Focusing on the Ancient Apparition, the Mars is there with a spear, but it's just an onslaught from Gambit. Ripping through Alliance. Shadow Demon, he's got Guardian Angel on him, but he's just not going to survive. Shockwave back into the waiting arms of this Loranov Zeus. 4 kills for the price of 1. What a deal.
I mean, they had the disruption on the Shadow Demon. I just don't know that it's gonna change anything. I think Nico Baby was
Dyer's
early. It looks sort of a little bit like
Dyer's
not so efficient.
Has fallen.
This could potentially be Roche. Maybe you can actually do. Just have the Wild Strength running.
Yeah, with Echo Mom. He's also got 2,000 gold still waiting in the bank, so that's going to be BKB in the next 2 minutes or so.
Damn, though, this could be dangerous.
Is Arena up? And S4 has it. Storm. Very, very aggressive ball forward, but it will stop the Roshan for now. Oh, Zeus is 1,000 gold away from Aghanim Scepter. Nimbus, again, massive problems for Alliance, pre-BKBs. And we're actually seeing Nico Baby go towards a Sandra Nyasha. So more status resistance build, SNY into Satanic potentially.
Yeah, if you get the buy later on the Satanic, it's gonna be hard to. Of course, there's still the Zeus. That's why I think this matchup it's very nice for.
Oh,
has to get on top of this hero, and if you can play keep away, you're always gonna be roll down. He's never really gonna safe till the Zeus is out of the picture.
Yeah, and then thinking about that matchup, who deals with Sven? Whose job is it to get on top of Ksani and make sure that he's zoned or kited?
That should be it should be Hanskin and so combination of the. You can purge the Sven. You get a Basher on Troll. You can go toe to toe. My thinking actually when I see this Sven was something we've seen. a couple of games we've seen Versa, even like versus Slaughter, I feel like are too pick up against it then, but they went with a bit of a different idea here.
Sven just disassembled his Echo Saber to make BKB, so this is going to be a surprise timing as they do catch the Hanskin Shadow Demon quite simply and remove him from the game. But a much faster BKB than I was expecting by, you know, a good minute and a half or so, very quickly into it. Wait, does he want to go Orchid? Like, we've seen that a few times on Sven's with the Bloodthorn build. Against Storm and Troll, I mean, even against the Omni Knight, seems pretty good.
Put up another BKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The double BKB. Well, they reclaim control of their triangle. Yeah, Radiant Sentry sees the Observer Ward that was freshly placed by FNG. And even with a double damage rune, Storm Spirit doesn't want to make a play. Bottom lane, what's happening down here then? Malik has already RP'd and shockwaved. Tiny thinking about the jump, but there's the S4 Magnus. He's made the move forward. Tiny with no blink allows the Storm to just zip straight in. And Malik down. Good burst there from Alliance.
Yeah, Malik maybe was expecting his team by kind of the looks. Click on the RP. He thought someone was there or someone but
yeah, the Alliance chaining a couple of kills together. Nimbus is down, but Zeus low mana, trying to run away. He has the boost of travel to sprint back to the tier 2, and now the help of Sven and Tiny to clear through this Mars. S4 traded back for the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, it also looked like S4 actually thought that the
Invisibility
available nearby didn't have the spear. If he does, then probably dies, but...
Oh, nice avalanche. Stormhammer follows. Never mind. Got far enough away. But yeah, you can feel the kind of itchiness to start these fights from the offlaners. They know that if they can jump onto the cores that, like you've been saying, they need to target, whether it's Mars onto the Zeus or if it's this Magnus onto the Troll, if they can find that immediate catch, there's plenty of burst damage to follow through if the teammates are nearby and on the same page.
Limp, he's incredibly poor. Still doesn't have an item. I mean, he's got the Kaya and the no Bloodstone 20. Very low timing for... I mean, I feel like it does look a little bit like Limp is not... We're kind of... It doesn't really look like this is him on Puck or Lina or something. Kind of in his prime or Tiny, etc. These are very familiar to him. He looks a little bit maybe like he doesn't 100% read on this hero the same way he does some of these other.
And it's a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult since it's not incredibly easy for his team to make plays due to their supports, but I do think this is still, it is a pretty good.
It's also the fact that he often finds himself in positions like, for example, we saw that Puck game from him earlier on where he was standing next to his carry, making sure that the Phantom Assassin of Nico Baby was farming freely and Puck was just there, kind of standing and waiting defensively. And it feels like he's doing not the same thing, but a similar, you know, giving up farm, giving up greediness for himself to try and get a little bit more room for other players on the map. That primary player, of course, going to be Nico Baby. As Gambit back into the Roche pit.
That's the thing about this Alliance team, that sometimes it seems...
And Storm zips in. Yeah, Vampire gets the Avalanche and the Ice Blast hits FNG. Dear Lord. That damage, yeah, pretty substantial. Sniped out by the tree toss from Tiny. Hanskin forced to disrupt up the Magnus, which means that Cold Feet Stormhammer combo connects perfectly on him. Gambit executing one by one, and they've also got the Storm. The RP lands, the Mars ulti's down, but the Sven clears through Limp. A buyback now. Storm wants to re-enter the battle. Gambit trying to full retreat. They came in, got what they came for. Malik gonna TP home successfully. Alliance triple buyback and don't get a bloody thing. Maybe now. Tiny blinks away and a buyback from AA. Alliance gonna try Roshan now. What's the plan?
Yeah, I don't know. That was very strange. Buyback, sure, maybe it's okay, but I mean, you don't get this Magnus. Not very awkward for Storm. No Bloodstone in sight. Just fall back. If you die again, you're going to be dead for a very long time. The point I was about to make is that for Alliance, when Nico is not I mean, he is on a very strong hero that can definitely scale, but not having this great game, and they feel like, oh, we can just rely on Nico to carry the game. Sometimes they do, like, they don't have a secondary option. It's not very often, I feel like, that you see Limp or S4 on this sort of win condition hero, or the hero that's really carry you through the later stages of the game. And that's where sometimes they, you know, they look like they don't entirely know what they want to do.
They're kind of falling short, and that's it's like the kind of safety net. You know, they don't have a safety net for Nico Baby. He is on that tightrope walk, and if he falls off, it seems like it's lights out for Alliance, as the storm is thousands away.
Quite surprising, I would say.
Huh. So what, he went back to finish Echo again, then bought Blink. Well, he's got super long-range initiation if he goes for Ags, but I guess he's not.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You might just not go for the Ags. I mean, I really would have liked to see the stats are just gives. It's easier to play around with the storm hammer you want to have. The Blink, of course, it's easy to get on top of the storm or the SD.
Now jump in from S4. That's a big arena. Sven trying to get into the back line. He takes down the Shadow Demon immediately as Hansken falls. And the Nimbus has zoned out the Storm, and they've got the RP. Skewer back into the Nimbus. Tiny and Storm. Oh, they battled it out, but it will be Limp retreating as the rest of the fight battling around the Sven under that tier 1 and cleared up by S4's Mars. Diving for the AA and Alliance. They're doing it. They're getting kills. BKB from Troll showed up there wonderfully, but an avalanche toss from Vampire again. Okay, not enough damage. Not enough damage there. That pipe on Mars, keeping him nice and safe.
That fight, that's where we can see behind this Shadow Demon. Then he gets perched up. Yeah, he's got ult, but he gets perched up. Doesn't have the axe. Doesn't have the lower stun cooldown. Nico Baby just ults. Doesn't even waste the BK ult because he... And then he BK after to be able to kill on this. Kinda, I mean, like, very well executed idea by Alliance, especially Nico.
Yeah, then straight into the Roche pit. Lost about a third of his HP. And they know there's no RP, no Nimbus as they've just killed it off. And no Sven for another 8 seconds. I'm not even going to bother buying back, giving Alliance the first Aegis of the game. And potentially a comeback as Vampire makes the jump in, but he is obliterated in the pit. And Limp will be the one to take the Aegis.
Now we're finally gonna see this Bloodstone come out of Limp. When he's gonna have the Aegis, there's no rules on super. Kind of the Shadow Demon. It's not gonna be all that useful anyways. However, this means that if Storm ever spots you, you could a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you're there on your own Blink Dagger, and maybe the jump from Magnus is the jump from Sven actually straight towards FNG. Ice Blast is going to float on by. Omni Knight gets to high ground. Zapped out by the Zeus though. That final touch of the Arc Lightning is enough. Ooh. Stupendous! Zeus or Storm? Zeus or Storm? Oh, it's the Zeus.
They're the two heroes that use this rune best.
Looks like Aina wants to try and get a bit of vision going across to the right-hand side of the map. It's a pretty good position for Alliance to be in. Like, both side lanes are pushed pretty hard across the river. So even off the back of a kill on FNG, there's nothing that Gambit can really do to take an objective anywhere.
Get to this basher on Nico. The man fighting the Sven is gonna... The way I think you try to play against Gambit, either you get a Glimmer or a full slap on one of these. I really would like A to buy something else. You get a force something.
Malik? Alright then. Solo RP the Shadow Demon. Get the hell out of here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, but you try to kite this troll. The RP, of course, kite the on the troll and should be...
There's going to be a lot of that.
Dire's bottom tower
Kiting, poking, prodding. Trying to dance around the Sven and the troll.
Under attack.
And Quickening Charm picked up. Nico Baby. Sven. Blink and Shadowblade, but who they caught? It's FNG yet again. Blasted into oblivion by the Nimbus. Alliance, full retreat once more. But yeah, the blink on Sven was a little bit, maybe not confusing, but definitely interesting. Adding a Shadowblade on top of it, though, I guess finishing off the Silver Edge is going to be a good little grab there.
I mean, it's just kind of slot efficient. The Silver Edge is going to be kind of nice against both the Troll and the Mars, right? You can remove the Fervor, the Troll's not going to hit all that hard or fast. You know, you remove Bulwark from Mars, it's going to... some... yeah, slot efficiency. Whatever else.
And I guess then the opportunity to Silver Edge towards the Shadow Demon, kill him and blink away before the rest of Alliance can react. Which it seems has been the Sven's plan recently. Kill the SD as quickly as he can. Oh, Telescope for Shadow Demon though. That's the item. Super long range disruption is going to be coming. A bit of a lull here for Gambit after what felt like a pretty high octane start to the game. Let's try and get themselves steadied and leveled. Oh, S4 misses out on the arena as Vampire blinks away and the Storm zipping towards Sven. He's half HP, the Soul Catcher waxing, but he BKBs and Silver Edge is away. Malik, a quick skewer, but no RP for a second. It was still on cooldown, and Iron is going to throw the Ice Blast before dying himself. Alliance swoop in very speedily. Thunder God's Wrath, Blink, Toss, XS Vampire drags S4 back, and they do try and clear through to Mars, but they've got the RP on 3. But how do they get up there? Skewer down, there's the Sven, kill them all, but the Guardian Angel comes and FNG saves them all. Loud Limp still looking pretty good with the Aegis in hand, focuses Lorinov down, and Zeus, he's fallen. Nico Baby dominating as Alliance looking hot.
But a timely FNG salvage that fight. It's just, I mean, 1 or 2 hits, they're pretty much dead. It's the GA off. There's no Stormhammer on Sven. Yeah, you get that the 11 kill streak. Top Troll. He's going for this Abyss, so I think very nice itemization by Nico Baby. I think he's his role in this game very well.
I'm finding FNG. Okay, Vampire. That's the only kill he's been able to get in a while now. Aiming for an Ethereal Blade, in fact. Another way to try and kite the Troll. Ice Blast mid. Shockwave back in with a skewer.
Where's the party?
Oh, close, but not close enough. Maybe now. Maybe it is close enough. How has XS Vampire done that? Straight back on in. Now Troll rules it up, but the chase is on toward the Shadow Demon. Sven blinks in, but the banish comes through from Hanskin as Nico Baby just whacks into Vampire. He's still got BKB and Battle Trance. And Mars with the arena into the Sven. Silver Edge comes, but he's just being annihilated. Ksani cannot stand up against this Nico Baby Troll.
Spear from S4 there salvages the city. Don't get that spear off Sven, just press BKB. Well, there's no ult, but he's just killed the Troll pretty much. Like before you can use the speed. Get the spear, Nico Baby with the double damage. Fights the Sven, Basher and everything.
Some really, really tight execution from Alliance. That's what they've needed. Like multi-layers of saves and ways to start the fights. And it's been difficult for the first, what, 20, 25 minutes, but they've come into their own recently.
Yeah, this was a game where he started with the 1 and 6, I think. Sort of very far down. Now he's overtaken the Sven. Alliance are quite a decent position.
The story of Alliance. Open the map for Nico Baby and he'll unlock the game for you. Vampire is waiting in the trees. He'll show himself now to try and clear the wave. Maybe bait Alliance in. But it's still going to be the tier 2 for free for Alliance. And Storm respawning now. 13 Bloodstone charges. Definitely going to be wanting that next Roshan to come up reasonably soon. Try and get the Aegis and the cheese up on Alliance.
The next Roche could kind of exciting fight. Very important to take for fights.
Oh, this glimmer. No, they see him though. Sentry Ward and the dust. Zip in from Storm. very deep. Wants Ina, the ancient apparition, out of position. And Mars, well, he's clumsy netted up, but he does find the catch. The jump in again. They've taken down Lorinov. The Zeus is gone. And with him, the majority of the magic damage here from Gambit. Is Vampire going to get caught as well? He's bashed up with the ranged attacks from Troll. Not committing though, Alliance. Or are they? They're going up high ground behind tier 3s. A statement of intent from Alliance as they dive for the Tiny. Vampire down and Nico Baby just seems unstoppable.
You saw that Malik, he wanted to RP there. He was thinking about it, but the issue is that Heavenly Grace with why wanna RP him for
middle tower is under attack.
1 second or half. They're not gonna be enough to get through with all of his HP.
60% status resistance on that Troll right now. And that's before Satanic. Alliance are going high ground. Zeus is dead for 25 seconds. And Tiny just bought something. He doesn't have buyback anymore. Okay, he does now again. Philosopher's Stone, very thankfully for him. Kicking in. The skewered back though. Malik drags the Troll into the midst of the tier 4s. The God Strength comes and Sven tries to stand his ground and fight, but Nico Baby's tanky. Battling through with Battle Trance, and he's got his BKB going. In the Mars Arena though, Ksani struggling to finish off anybody. No targets have fallen there on the side of Alliance, and they've lost the magnets for Gambit. With Sven falling, it might just be a got buyback ready. But Alliance is still 5 heroes here, ready to finish off the lane of Barracks. Heavenly Grace, Sand and Yasha, come at me, I'm a Troll Warlord. Nico Baby's gonna go for tier 4s, diving for the Zeus. Yep, the toss is trying to save him, but he's put it into the waiting arms and GG's called. Nico Baby Troll just way too big.
I'm very happy that he didn't go for this battlefield build that I feel like we see too many times, too often. If he goes for this much faster timing, the SY combined with the Heavenly Great. I think him and the, S4 to some extent, they kind of put the rest of them on their back. I think it's made a lot of good